Hello guys, Alex Fedotoff here, and today we have an amazing guest. We have Harvey Carnegie. I mean, your last name is like, there was a very good gentleman, Andrew Carnegie. Harvey is moving in that direction, Harvey is doing 90 G's a day right now with his Shopify store. I'm here to connect with him. He's an amazing client in our elite mastermind, and I'm here to learn from him, the paradigm shifts that he had, in the last few months, and overall, like on his e-commerce journey, and also the backstory on how he started in e-commerce. So I think will be a lot of valuable insights. So Harvey, thank you so much for making the time for this.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, cool, awesome, man. So how old are you?
I am 29 in next week, 8 days.
Oh. Okay, so not 30. Like anything beyond, like in this industry, anything like about like 30, it's like old timers,
Yeah, man, you see 21-year-olds like making millions now.
Yeah. Oh man, what age did you start with like e-commerce?
I started in like mid 2020, so like two and a bit years ago.
Oh wow, very cool. So how did you get started with e-commerce?
So I had, before this I had a business. I had like, vinyl wrapping cars, but it was like all me. So like it was me doing everything, and there's only so much you could do. And then COVID hit, so it was like, from there, like I actually was looking at a different business as well, where I was going to do like mobile valeting for like cleaning cars, because in my head I was like, right, well I can buy the van, buy all the equipment, put someone in the van and send them out. So it was like between that, and then I had seen all these ads on YouTube for dropshipping. And I was like, I don't know what to do. So I just kept watching YouTube, and then, yeah, man, from there I was like, no, I'm gonna go for this. I'm gonna give it a go.
Did you freak out like when COVID hit?
No, to be honest, it's probably the best thing that happened, because it was actually just before COVID hit that I started getting into dropshipping. I was watching a ton of YouTube, and I tested a few products like free plus shipping, LED dog collars, just like garbage stuff. And then COVID hit. Yeah, like no good. I remember the first sale I got was like free plus shipping. I think I spent like €200 to make the sale.
Oh wow, to make like a $10 sale.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty bad. So from there, then when COVID hit, it was actually a good thing, because it kind of like the government had the payout, so it like gave me time to just like learn. So I basically all I did was watch YouTube videos on dropshipping, set up stores, test stuff, and then like I didn't have to leave the house, and I was getting whatever it was. It was only a small amount of money per month, per week, and I was just spending all that on ads. So I learned that whole COVID period. I learned so much, and even like I did courses on like Photoshop, video editing, just so I could do, like, I was doing everything myself. So it was really good. And then with COVID, I started I had a few drop shipping stores before that. None of them had any sort of revenue, and I got my first kind of winner with COVID, and it was like literally selling slippers to people in Ireland. So
that's crazy.
So we were doing like 30K a month selling slippers, and we actually imported them to Ireland, and then that was the biggest headache ever, because I was doing customer service, so I was answering emails all day.
Wow.
Trying to pick and pack orders. So it was a big headache. But then we just decided to ship from China all the time, but obviously shipping times were so slow that kind of just died out, because Ireland's quite small. So like once you kind of got a bad name, like, no, shipping times take ages to come from China, it died out pretty quick. Yeah, it was like, kind of for me, it was like, right, if I'm ever going to make this work, now is the time. You know, I've been given all this free time, like I can focus on this, I can learn. It was kind of like, if I can't make this work now, it's never going to happen.
So you said that's how you kind of like set your mindset, right? Like kind of like just like you literally gave yourself like no other option than to figure it out.
Yeah, that was it, man. Like I was getting up like super early, and straight away I'd be studying. I would do like, I would break it up, because I was doing, say, like a Photoshop course, a video editing course, and then I'd just be watching tons of YouTube, because I hadn't bought a course yet. So it was just like watching your content. There was another guy, he's actually dead now. He was a kid called King Kong.
Yeah.
That guy, that's the first course I ever bought, and that guy, I watched all his stuff, and it was actually pretty good. and that's
Yeah.
really what got me started and got me kind of profitable. And then the slipper store actually gave me like a few K to actually play with them because I was profitable with that.
People ask like how much capital you need to like start with like e-commerce or like drop shipping. I mean, literally you need no capital. I mean, you need some money for the ad spend, but you don't need to buy like a course or anything. You know, you can just like watch YouTube videos, you can learn, you can just like immerse yourself like in this environment. And that's literally what is enough to get you started. And then once you start making money, obviously you can invest in like courses like self-development to just take it farther.
Yeah, completely, man. Like that was it. It was like there's enough information on YouTube. You have to sift through a lot of it, but like it got me from zero to making some money. And with that, then I invested in a course, which was like I think it was $500 or $1,000 or something. And from there, like probably most of that information was on YouTube, but it was just that it was compiled in one place.
I mean, like how much revenue you made like in total in 2020?
Probably like 350K. So
Okay.
so I got that slipper store died out and then tested a few more products. I hit another winner that was, I think we did like 50K a month. It was like a kid's toothbrush where you put it in your mouth and it's like a U and it's meant to brush their teeth. Another trash product, but that actually got shut down. We had like just from chargebacks, so that got shut down. Yeah, that was actually a headache, man, because we got shut down on Shopify, and I don't know why, but we got shut down and we had say like 50 orders to fulfill. And they shut the store down and I couldn't fulfill the orders. So then it was like chargeback. So I actually got blacklisted from Shopify payments because of that. I messaged them saying like, look, can I just get the information for the customers? And they were like, no, we can't do anything basically. So yeah, so every store I've had to make since then is in like my girlfriend's name or my mom's name. But after that then we hit another pretty big winner. It was like a potty for kids. But then we ran into issues where we were quoted a price, and then it turned out that the product was too big to ship. So like we'd already done like I think 10K in orders, and I ended up having to use Amazon to ship them to everyone, and was at a loss. But then we came into Q4, so it was my first Q4. I think I was dropshipping maybe like 7 months, and that Q4 we did like 250K in like, I don't know, 47 days or something like that. So that was the first real bit of money that I made. So that was
2020 still?
Yeah, that was the end of 2020. So that was like November, December. So that was the first like real bit of profit that I made. But like even from that, I was paying VAT on ad spend.
Oh yeah, you guys in Ireland, you have this like crazy like setup.
Yeah, so like, and I didn't know about this. So I was looking at the margins being like, where's all this money? But it was like, yeah, man, there was an extra 20
government made more money than you.
I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you. Yeah, it was crazy. But we still made good amount of money from that, and that was like, okay, cool. I can give this everything now. Like COVID was kind of, everything was going back to normal, and we were able to travel and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it gave me enough money to really just commit to it.
How much? Okay, so you made like 350K in revenue. How much profit you made?
250K, and it was about 40%. So it was just under 100K we made.
Okay.
After everything, after the VAT and everything, was just under 100K.
That enough to like to pay the bills, like living in Ireland?
Yeah, definitely, because like the bills were pretty low. I had moved out. I was meant to be moving away before that, so I'd moved out of my apartment. I'd sold my car, sold my motorbike, and then COVID hit. So I was like, shit. So I was back in my mom's place. So my bills were real low, and then we got that cash. So it was like, it was definitely enough. It was good.
Okay, so 2020. So that was for 2020. 2021, like, what did you do? Like, what happened?
2021 was a bit mad. So moved to Dubai in January.
Literally, that's what you do, right? Like you start making some money. Like that's like natural move.
In my head, like because we did that revenue, it was like, oh, this is it. I have a crack. This is easy. So moved to Dubai, and then like in January we did like 20K with some like charger product, I was like, oh shit. But I got really into crypto then. So like, yeah.
You made some money?
Yeah, crypto was making really good money then. So it was just like between making money, being in Dubai, like I'd wake up and I'd have made like a couple of grand, say I'd look at the account. And it was kind of hard to get motivated then to go and do actual work to to actually run stores because there was money coming in, there was so much to do over there. So like I didn't launch many products and like any winners we had would be like maybe 60, 70k months and it was just basically luck. It was like pick the right product, just had the right creative, ran it up, margins were not great and then it would die off. So we had a couple of them that year and then I moved home from Dubai like the end of the summer and it was crypto had just crashed so I was like, oh shit, I have to make this work again. So
wow. How much in total you made with crypto?
oh man, like I don't know, over 100 G's, but it was like I lost so much of it when I was traveling home. A big dip happened and I didn't have any Bitcoin. It was like all in different altcoins. So when that dip happened, like I got off the flight and it was like 30 or 40 G's down. I was like, what? It was actually a good thing that it happened because I hadn't done much real work. And then as soon as I got home, like just put the head down and straight away we launched a product and it did like, I think it was doing like 30 or 40 grand first month. Second, like I think 80k. And then I had launched another product. It was actually a candle brand in Ireland. We manufactured the candles and everything here. And that started to do really, really well. So the first product I kind of just gave up because the margins weren't great on it. It was, everyone's probably seen it. Do you know the juice blender? The bottle?
Oh yeah. Like a blind jet?
Not kind of like blend jet, but it was like a really nice looking one of them, and I think the bottle was like, I never actually had the product. The bottle looked like it was like a really good plastic, and really looked like glass. But the margins on it weren't great because the product cost was, I think it was like $26 for the product, and we were selling it for $49.99. AOV was like $70, so the margins weren't great. But the candles were really good because obviously we were sourcing them in Ireland. They were cheap to make, and we were selling bundles of them for €50, and I think they cost €8 or something to have made.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that led into Q4 and then again we had picked a new product for Q4 and that did really well. This is Q4 last year. So with the candle brand then it got to a point where we were doing so much volume we couldn't keep up with actually making them. So I had my friend like working overnight pouring candle wax using like pots and stuff and it was just like, okay, let's stop this. It was actually a joint kind of business with him, but it was just too much. And then we stopped that, and I started another store for Q4, and we did like 450k with that. So that was
nice.
Yeah, that was nice.
How much profit?
Profit was good. It was like I think about 30%.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, so it was pretty good, but yeah, we had a nightmare with that then. So because my company was Irish. Stripe shut us down because we scaled that one like we zeroed I think 300k the first month and Stripe shut us down and then because my company was Irish I couldn't get under a processor. It was like I didn't have the US company set up and I was like, do you know what, I think the profit margin was actually 40% because I was just like looking at this being like, wow, we were doing like 26k a day when this happened at 40% margins and I was like, wow, I need to sort something quick. So I reached out to a couple of people. Someone came back to me and put me in touch with this guy who like rented Stripe accounts and rented the Stripe account from this guy. The deal was we paid him we had to turn PayPal off, run all the spend through the Stripe account, and he got 10% of it. So this guy was making like 2.5k per day just from renting the Stripe account. But then all of a sudden the payouts just stopped coming.
Oh
so,
wow!
Yeah, it got hairy. So it was like, I think there was like 120 G's in the account still, and we'd stopped running the product then because Christmas came around, and then I got.
So the guy like rock pulled.
Kind of like he was in touch with me, so he was like, no, sorry, bro. He said it's just a delay, and I was just messaging him every day, and then I got like 40k out of him. He was like, it's coming. And then just never came. So like got scammed out of 80k there. This is in
What's the name of the guy?
The guy's name is Sagar, Sagar. He lives in Dubai. I know his.
Of course. Of course.
I'm gonna give you his Instagram to put in the link of this video.
Fuck, he's still on Instagram. He's still active.
Yeah, man. Like he was making so much money already just from the 10%. But not only that, so like I got scammed out of the 80k, but then I had to fulfill the orders, pay for the ad spend to make that. So that ate up loads of the profits from it.
How did you overcome this like problem, like with payment processors, like?
So I set up then the US company. Richie from ESS linked me all the people there to get that done, and then from there you get like your ITIN and stuff, so you can use American processors. I set up an American Stripe account, and then got set up with Mercury Bank, and since then like it's smooth. Like we ran like 90k a day with Stripe, and the payout is next day, no issues.
You're in Ireland. You set up the company fully remotely in the United States, right? And you have no issues.
No issues at all. It's the best thing we ever did, because we also have like access to so many other processors. So what we're doing right now to split up the risk is we have authorize.net as well. So we'll process a certain amount through Stripe and then just switch them, and then process through that. So if we do get a hold or there's any issues, we're not fucked, because it's split between two different accounts.
You're doing advertorials, correct?
Yeah, so that was kind of the biggest change in the business. Like start of 2022, we like all our winners were just dependent on like the product, and we got lucky kind of. It was like nearly like gambling. So some months we could do like 150k, and then another month we could do 20k. Do you know what I mean? It was all based on was it the right product? Whereas then I started researching like funnels, advertorials, got really into copywriting, took Stephen Georgiou's RMBC method course.
Yeah.
That was like game changer. So took that. The first few advertorials we wrote didn't do that well, but they just gradually got better. And then I started researching like what was working now. So basically used Anstrex, which is like a spy tool for native ads, and just broke down what was winning. Kind of just went through loads of them advertorials, had a look at just what was working like just from other spy tools, and broke down that and kind of just inserted our product, and that taught me a lot as well. So got better at them, and then pretty much everything we've launched since then, we haven't had anything that's like unprofitable. So like stuff hasn't worked, as in like it's not scalable, but we haven't actually launched one thing that was like just unprofitable.
Wow, that's crazy. So what's your like usual like advertorial structure? Do you do like storytelling? Like do you just like what's your kind of like break down the regular like setup that you use?
Yeah, so the one that's working really well right now is like, this isn't the one that we normally use. So it's the typical Javi Coffee 5 reasons why.
Oh yeah, 5 reasons why you should buy this product.
Yeah, exactly. The reason it works for this is like 5 reasons why our brand name is, what's the headline, is the #1 toy on every kid's wish list this Christmas, or something like that. That's the headline. That's working really well right now. But in like usually what we do is all storytelling. So we have a third party page on Facebook. So say it's like product reviews or something like that, or if it was like a health product, we'd have like something to do with that, and it's a third party page, and then you're writing a story as like a third party person, and it's coming from them. So like when the person lands on the page, we use image ads to test all these as well. So not like really simple image ads made in Canva. They're like just really curiosity based. So like there's no picture of the product in the image ad. It's like a picture of something to do with the person or the niche, and then like it could have like a mad emoji. So it's really, and even the copy is literally 2 lines. The ad.
Oh really? Wow, crazy.
Like listen up, ... and then just something really curiosity driven. So like our CTRs are usually like 7-8% with image ads.
Right, so these are not just like curiosity clicks that don't convert.
Yeah, obviously there's some that come on that they don't convert, but like I feel like if the copy is good enough, there's some reason why they're clicking. Do you know what I mean? It's not just like so clickbaity that it's irrelevant. It's like the copy is relevant to the the product you're selling. Do you know what I mean? So obviously some of them are kind of dead clicks, but a lot of them do convert. Yeah, like we had one product in June or July that our margins were literally 60%.
Do you write your own copy?
Yeah. Like for me, that's the biggest leverage thing there is to do. So like I'm going to try and outsource everything else, and then that's probably the last thing that I'll outsource. I enjoy doing it. I don't enjoy doing it. I enjoy finishing it. But I feel like it's so high leverage that like to get a good copywriter, it's probably going to cost you, I don't know, in-house like a couple of hundred G's maybe.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah, exactly. And then there is still like probably like a learning process, and not everything that they will do will convert, right? So you might as well just get your hands dirty, kind of like, wrap up your sleeves and do this and practice and experience and test and observe the data and actually get it. And that is such a powerful like skill set, I think we're blessed, like you and me, like, because that's our motto as well. We are blessed that not everyone does it, because that gives us the competitive edge.
Yeah. This is like the number one advantage right now. I think like I'm seeing more and more stuff pop up with advertorials. So like I think in a couple of years it like I don't even know would we be profitable front end. We haven't driven from the start. We haven't driven traffic to a product page directly since like probably 6 months ago. Like we'll test with an advertorial. If it works, then we'll make video ads, because for me it's like I don't even need any custom content, because our image ads are curiosity based, so we can literally just do that and then write copy for it and have like just pictures on the product page. So like we don't need much content, whereas if you're to pick a product like and you're trying to sell it and you want to make a video ad, you're just stitching together crappy content from YouTube and stuff like that. Like you really do need the product in hand now, I think, because of iOS 14 and everything. Whereas with advertorials, I don't think you do need it in hand to start, to test with anyway.
What's the actual tech setup looks like?
Yeah, so we started using ClickFunnels. So that's what we did to start off with. It would be ClickFunnels, and then from ClickFunnels, it would actually just be the advertorial to ClickFunnels to the Shopify product page. So we were literally just using it as a landing page builder. But the product, I'll share the product because we're not running it anymore. The product that we did the 60% margins with in June was, do you know the Bleem hair eraser?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like we did crazy numbers with that, and they DMCA'd us like they did to everyone, but we just moved that from, because we ran that with an advertorial, then we moved that from the advertorial, said, okay, well look, if we're getting DMCA'd, we just made the whole sales process on ClickFunnels. And that was like, I'm really happy that they did DMCA us, because it made us do that. And then I seen the power of the checkout on ClickFunnels. So our AOV was like doubled or tripled even, because we were able to build the bundles out. So from there, we started using ClickFunnels for like pretty much everything. And then I was talking to a few people in the community, and they were using Funnelish. So we've launched one thing on Funnelish as well. That was literally just before Q4, and it did pretty good too. I think the best thing about Funnelish is it's definitely more tailored towards e-commerce. There's a thing called geo funnels, so like you can set up different funnels that are like, you can drive traffic from one ad that might have Australia, United States, Canada in it, and it will split the traffic just based on their location. So you can write specific, like you can tailor the advertorial to each traffic location, if that makes sense.
Walk me through like your like product research process. Like, do you go after products that are proven, or are you trying to like innovate, or like or you looking for problem solving products? Like what's your framework for this?
Yeah, so now like it's so much different than it used to be. So I used to have a list of like 100 products like compiled that I found on ad spy tools, and I'd be like, okay, this one. Now it's like more so look at like the problem. So think about like, okay, what's a problem that people are having, and then go and see like, okay, what products are they using now? For example, it's way easier to find a problem and then find a product to fit that problem, and then what we're looking for normally is something like unique. So if you think of like say teeth whitening, like before teeth whitening was a massive thing, if you just had like a toothpaste that whitened your teeth and you ran traffic to it, that would sell like crazy, because people had never seen it before. But then people started to buy that, and it's like it kind of died down. So like if you were to try and sell that, it would probably be pretty hard. But then the charcoal toothpaste came out, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden, okay, this is a new way to solve that same problem, sold like crazy. So like that's kind of what we're looking for. We're looking for like new, unique way to solve a problem that already exists, that the customer is aware that they have, and is like, you know, it's a pain point. So problem solving products, but we like to look for something that's like the Bleem eraser. People get razor burn and stuff like that, but it's a new way. It's not like waxing. It's not like shaving. It's not like
Mm.
something people. It just makes the copy easier to write because you can kind of break down why the old stuff didn't work and why this is the solution.
Okay, so there's like Eugene Schwartz like stages of awareness and stuff, right? Breakthrough
Yes, exactly,
advertising.
exactly.
So for you, it would be you would go after people that are aware of the problem, right, and also aware of the solution,
Yeah,
probably, or like aware of the problem, probably, and then you just like
yeah,
reframing them about the solution.
exactly. And then like we kind of want to go after stuff where people have most likely tried other products before, because you can use that to your advantage in the copy. Like if you can basically, it's like the unique mechanism, right? Like if you can
Yeah.
make people see why the old solution didn't work, and then show them why this one did. So basically why the old solution didn't work, this has that thing, so it does work.
Everyone thinks that they're the marketer, right? I think that if people don't understand this, what you just mentioned, if they don't understand like the problem, the market, like unique mechanism, crafting the solution, understanding the stages of awareness, then they're not marketers. Like
No.
maybe they think they're marketers, but like true marketer like yourself, I mean, you can get into any market. Like you can
Yeah.
sell
This,
whatever.
yeah, this is what, like before, it was like gambling. It was literally, your success was fully based on the product. So like, did you find the right product? Whereas now,
Yeah.
like look at the likes of Sutera, they sell towels. You couldn't just run traffic from a video ad to a standard product page and not break down like why it's going to work, not bring someone on a journey and explain. Like a video ad's not going to sell a towel for that price.
It's starting with a problem and focusing more attention on the on the problem that you're solving, right? Like back pain. I mean, back pain was always there, right? Will always be there, right? Now there's like different products that's solving the back pain. It could be the supplements, it could be devices, it could be gadgets, it could be massage guns, it could be like whatever, right? But then, if you just like focus on that problem, looking for what's already in the market, and then seeing, okay, so how you can do something different. And doing something different could be from my experience, like could be as little as like just finding the product that's already selling, but in different color, or in different design.
Yeah, or even you can just position that product to work for a different demographic. Like this could be something that people in their 20s are buying, but you can just reframe it and change the angle so like older people buy it. Like it could be for old people. Do you know what I mean? And you can
Yeah.
do that using an advertorial, or just like it's so much easier then, because yeah, it's just so much easier than trying to just sell a product using a video ad directing to like a standard product page with no kind of like. Another thing with the advertorials, why I think they work so well, like when people land on a standard Shopify product page, the first thing they see is the price. So already they're like gone, or so a lot of people won't see the copy.
Before you even had a chance to build the value, right? Like build a
Yeah,
problem, build
yeah,
like, oh fuck, I need this so much, right? And then you see the
yeah,
price. Okay.
yeah. And that's it. Like if people have read this big long thing, they're kind of invested in it. And then there's lots you can do. Like the other thing you can do well in the advertorial is you can kind of pre-sell them more than one. So your AOV is already bigger, because you can talk about the benefits of having like the bundle, or how most people take the bundle, or you can like really introduce urgency or scarcity, so people are like, oh, I better buy more in case they do run out. And then like if they've read all this copy and they click through, they've invested so much time into it that when they get to the product page, it's like it's nearly a no-brainer for them.
If you were to get like and create like solutions for like 5 to 10 problems, like sell products for those problems, like which what those problems would be for you?
Okay, so health and beauty, 100%. And so in the new year, I'm going to start an actual brand where we'll hold actual stock, and it's like going into a market where there's so much competition, but it's for like wrinkles. It's a skincare product. It's a consumable. But I found a product that has like a kind of wow factor solution. Like the solution's kind of shocking, and like the unique mech is kind of shocking. So I go after beauty stuff that would like people that really keeps people up at night. Like people are so self-conscious, so it's quite
Yeah.
they want a solution to their problem. They really want it. If someone doesn't feel good about themselves, it's like if you can position something to sell them, they're gonna buy it. The same if someone's in chronic pain, if it's back pain, if it's knee pain, anything like that, they'll do anything to get out of that pain. So I think it's like a no-brainer to get into a market like that.
What would be the top like 3 mistakes that you would try to avoid or you would try to kind of like minimize?
Okay, so like one of the things was it was nearly like insanity. It was like it got to a point where I was doing the same thing over and over again with the same result, and I was expecting a different result. So we'd have months where we did very little revenue, and it was the same thing. We did ran the same system, find the product, build the product page, do this, do that, and it was like do this certain amount of reviews, and it was like it had stopped working. Do you know, it was what worked for us in like 2021, but in 2022 it wasn't working, and I spent so long doing that, expecting something to change, and it just didn't. So probably like that would be one, to move on a bit quicker and to kind of evaluate what are you actually doing. Like it became nearly like thoughtless. It was just like do the same thing over again, over again, over again. And it was only when I stepped back and actually said like, what am I doing here? That we kind of evolved from that. Another thing would probably be like to join probably a mastermind or something like this a bit sooner, because the people, like I've met people in the mastermind that I talk to on a daily basis, and that in itself, there's 2 people that I talk to like nearly every day. They're both doing the same thing. They're running advertorials. We sit like, it's not like people you talk to in Facebook groups and stuff like that. If you send them your product, they'll just rip or they'll probably DMCA you as well. But like these guys I'm sharing stuff with, we know each other's products. It's all good, and that's so helpful.
You joined the Lead Mastermind like when, like about 1 month ago or so, like one.
Yeah, last
So
month.
what was the biggest like? Did you got anything from it? Was it like valuable for you?
100%. So, like within like I think 4 days of joining, we had a Facebook ban, and it wasn't just a normal Facebook ban where we could get around it with other things. It was really difficult. Like I talked to so many people. It was basically I had been locked out of Facebook, and I had deleted the Authenticator app off my phone. So everyone talked to us said, nah, no way, you can't get it back. So like I was having to run ads through the guy who does my email marketing. We'd have to set up a Zoom call, and I'd have to take remote access to his screen. So you guys put me in touch with someone, and within like 2 or 3 days they solved that. Another thing, then we had like a wire come in from Stripe for 100k, and the bank froze the account, and it was like shit, all our business's money was in this account. So then I emailed you, and within literally again 2 hours we had the bank had unlocked everything. So like these are all things that like if I hadn't got the right connections, like we would have been like at a standstill. We wouldn't have had money to pay for ads for if we hadn't got that back. That using my friend's account to scale the ads and stuff was just like I could only use it once a day. I couldn't read the data properly. It was just because it was through Zoom. Like that was a nightmare. So just those 2 things alone have made it worth it 100%.
Awesome, man. So, in terms of the your team, right? Like, so, like, do you have any partners in business, or like you're doing by yourself?
Doing by myself. I have until like 6 days ago. It was me and one VA.
Oh no shit. So you're doing right now what? Like it's 90, like 70, 90 G's a day?
Yeah, so it's yesterday was like 89 G's, and then today I'd say it'll be a bit less because we killed off some ads, but tomorrow for sure, like we could even do 110, 120 tomorrow.
Wow. You're still optimizing for margins. You're doing like what, like 30%?
Like 35, 36, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy, man. Wow. I think this is so inspiring that, with iOS 14, people complaining, people like, a lot of people like their business is suffering, a lot of D2C brands, like amazing products, like beautiful products, beautiful branding, everything is on point, a lot of money invested in like influencer marketing, and they're struggling, right? And I'm like, there is still a hope. There is still like a way to make it work, right? And a few things like you mentioned, like, the advertorials, just really dialing in like what problem you're solving and how your solution is different from other solutions. Like just doubling down on that, investing more time and resources on that instead of like what a lot of people do is like how to make like good looking website, how to make like that it looks branded. Branded oftentimes doesn't convert. Like
100%. So like some of our advertorials are so ugly. They're just really it's built. It's literally it's ClickFunnels with like the standard text, a banner, and like that's it. There's no like, and then I see some really really nice looking advertorials, and I'm sure they do convert. But like some of our highest converting ones, like especially with this, like you're bringing someone, they're reading the copy. They don't really care. They don't care if it looks good. Do you know what I mean? It's just like the copy is what matters in this. Obviously, it can't look stupid, like loads of different colors and real spammy buttons and stuff. But like, it's our advertorials don't look like that good.
So today on our call, we talked about like health and fitness, like yourself, kind of like maintaining that balance and having the structure dialed in where like your nutrition, your fitness is on point. Can you kind of like walk me through like your setup for that?
Yeah, so like I'm fairly into the gym, so I have a coach, and he does out like nutrition supplements, tells you exactly what to do, and we'll give you your training plan, and then you're kind of left go off. You do like a weekly check-in with him. There's like a daily tracker, so he'll get you to track your sleep, and then basically like you have your nutrition. Like obviously some days you're not gonna hit it exactly. So you can see, then you can kind of break down, like if you're feeling shit, okay, let's see, why are you feeling shit? Like, let's have a look. Okay, well look, on these 2 nights your sleep was bad. Or like on this day you overate like a certain food. You might have like, upset stomach or something like that, and you can kind of see where stuff has came from like that. But yeah, I think it's important too. It gives me accountability and kind of structure as well.
Let's say you found the pain that you want to like, what's your research process in terms of like, how do you find an angle for that particular product so that you kind of like know how to position that particular product so in order to differentiate from other?
Yeah, so this is what I spend most of my time on, is the research part of things. So what I'll do is I'll go through Amazon and look at reviews. You can actually export the reviews and go through them and use. Do
you use any like specific tools to export the reviews?
Yeah, there's a Chrome plugin just called like, I think, Amazon Exporter. I think it's like $1.99 for a year or something. And then you can, or what you can do is you don't even need to export them. If you've found in the first couple of reviews there's a word that's mentioned a lot, so say it's like, I don't know, a word, you can do Command F and type in that word, and you can then see on the Amazon reviews how many other times that word shows up. So if you've got like 5,000 reviews on Amazon, you can see how many times, is this something that lots of people mention? So then take note of that. Another Chrome plugin we use is called Discussions, and basically you can type in anything into Google search, and if you have the Discussions tab or Chrome plugin, there's a tab that's another way to have like image, shopping, and then there's one that will just say Discussions, and that will then only search discussion boards. So it will be like blog post, it'll be like, Reddit forums, all this. So then it's so easy. You can go in and look at what people are talking about. If it's in like beauty, if it's a certain problem that they have, like dark circles, you can just type in dark circles, go to discussions, and it will just pull up all these forums where people are talking about dark circles. In your research, what you want to do then, well, what we do is we take note of every other solution that's mentioned, and then we also research them solutions to see, can we come up with a reason that those solutions didn't work, and then when we find a solution why they didn't work, that's when we try and find that product that has the thing that product is missing. The other thing we'll do is like, you can join Facebook groups and stuff like that. It depends how like if it's back pain and stuff, the discussions or the Facebook group would be pretty good because there's people like posting every single day. And as well with that, you can kind of get an idea. If you join a Facebook group for, say, it's back pain, have a look at like the people who are posting most regularly. Have a look at them. Are they all women that look around 50 years old? Then you know, okay, well my target market's probably 50-year-old women.
So do you believe like most people just skip on this, like skip on research and just go into like tactical stuff?
That's what I did. Like, so my research, the extent of it would be like looking on Amazon for 2 minutes and that's it. Like I'd spend it now. I'll have a full document before I write any copy, and it just makes everything easier because like your advertorial is simple because you have the unique mechanism. You know all the other solutions. You also have phrases. Like some of the best headlines I've ever gotten have been from this research because it's real people that have these problems. So they give you headlines, and then like once that research document is done, your product page is easier to build. Your video ads, if you're going to use them, they're easier to build because you have all this research done at the start. Everything is easier.
I think the superpower and the overall like knowledge on how to find problems, how to sell solutions to those problems, that is like something that's super like evergreen and you can use for the rest of your life, like to sell anything pretty much.
Yeah. Like I think definitely it doesn't matter what the platform, maybe apart from TikTok because the attention span is so short. But if you look at native, everything is advertorials. Then if you look at like YouTube, like you've got a VSL that most likely leads to an advertorial. So like you can use these on multiple different platforms. And again, any new platform that comes up, as long as it's not super short form, 3-second videos, I think this will do well.
Harvey, thank you so much. I mean, it's absolutely like, I think it's one of the most like valuable like conversations I've ever had with anyone. And I think for anyone who's like listening, if you guys watch until this point, hit a like button, subscribe, and you know, find Harvey. Like this guy is like value, just like, oh, there's so much value, you know, that he offers. And man, I'm looking forward to seeing you like hitting 150, 200 Gs. Like, I mean, you've done that with like few people on your team. That is incredible. Before even like, you know, starting like to build a team, you've done these numbers. That's absolutely insane. Harvey, have a good one, my man.
You too, Alex. Thanks.